Are you wanting to grow your home service business because you're at the point where either you're just done doing all of it and you want to hire on some help, or you're just ready to grow? But the one thing that keeps getting in the way is the fact that you just need more leads, and especially need more consistent leads. And it seems like no matter what you do, you've tried ads, you've tried all sorts of mailers and different tactics, and nothing just seems to work the way that you want it to work or the way that you think that it should work. And if that's you, then this is the exact video that you need, because in today's video, I'm going to go over a conversation I had with somebody I'm helping. We had this conversation last week in my office. And if we haven't met before, hi, my name is Adam Keeler. I live in North Dallas. This is my neighborhood. I run everything out of my garage, which is right here. Got a couple trucks that are wrapped, and we do about $1 million a year in revenue. And one of the things that I have found that has just been extremely frustrating is when you hit around $500,000 to $1 million like we did, you end up having to change a lot of things that you never thought you had to do. You go from being the owner of the business where you think you have a business, but in fact, you are the business. Without you, the business wouldn't exist. It would fall apart. So let's say you leave for 3 months, you might not have a business when you come back. The challenge is that around the $500,000 to $1 million a year mark is when you have to transition out of being the business and building a business. But the problem that I see, and that's why I have this YouTube channel, is to help people out with this, is to make that jump from you being the business to having a business is a ginormous chasm that we try to jump. But the thing that I'm going to show you in this video is there's actually a step in between, and that's the thing that almost nobody knows exists. So this is my office, and this is where we had the conversation. I had it with Tanner. He was sitting there, I was sitting here, and this is my whiteboard. It has my business mapped out, and it also has all the stuff that I scribble down. And this right here, hopefully you can see, is what I'm talking about. So a lot of home service business owners don't even know that this exists, and so they get stuck in this weird in-between where they're still kind of running the business and they are the business, but they're trying to build it, and it's terrible. And when I got stuck in this and realized that there is this middle stage, that's when everything changed. And that's why I have this YouTube channel, is to help people like you who have a small business know what this stage is and how to effectively build this out so that you can get to this next stage. So I want to jump into this and explain it further. Got my setup upstairs. It's just the best way that I can set up 2 cameras at the same time so that I can record myself and record what I'm drawing. So just give me a second. All right, so I've set it all up. Let me turn on my camera. Okay. So essentially what you have is, like I mentioned, is you are the business. So this is stage 1. I'll write it in blue. You are the business. And we often, when we try to grow, I call this the 3 stages of growth. But we often go from here and think, oh, well, now it's time to grow. And we look at businesses that are doing well, which is great to do. And we see that it has literally everything. So this is stage 3. It's got everything. They've got lots of ads. They've got promotions. You name it. They've got all of that. And so we go, okay, well, if I want to be bigger and grow, then I need to get, I need more leads. I'm going to get a wrap truck, get SEO. They've got really polished websites. and they've got lots of social media. And then we get really confused. And so when I was talking with Tanner, it was incredible how he started out the conversation. He's like, Adam, I really like the things that we have been doing, and even I've been working with him and guiding him. And he said, but the thing is, I just don't know what to do next. And so I told him about this thing with stage 1 and stage 3. And I said, look, the reason why you don't know what to do next is because stage 2 is kind of invisible in a way. And so a lot of people don't talk about it. And so in our minds, it doesn't quite exist. And so what it is, for example, when you build a house, you want to start out building a house with blueprints. So you don't want to just wing it, but you want to have blueprints. So I'm going to write this, blueprints. So you want to know what the business is supposed to look like. And then you don't just magically have a house. You have to first pour the foundation. Okay? And after you have that solid foundation that can hold the structure that you have, then you build the framing. And if you don't build the framing, then all the other materials that you put on the house won't have the structure or the support to even stand. So we hit this stage where we want to grow, we need more leads, but we don't know what to do. We don't know if we should run ads, we don't know if we need to do SEO, we don't know what it is. And so this stage 2 is exactly what you should be doing next. You need to be building out and completing everything in stage 2. If you need more help with this, I have a quiz in the description below where I'll ask you questions and you can see how well off you are on completing stage 2, if you're far off or you're close. All right, so this foundation that we have is the owner's mindset and beliefs. The reason why that is important is the business can't grow any bigger than you as the owner, the way you think and the stuff that you believe. And so if you have some of the bad mindsets and beliefs, then you can't grow your business. And so this is important to change this so that you can build this solid foundation. So for example, speaking about Tanner, so he inherited his business from his dad, and the first things that I talked to him about was getting a CRM to capture all of the leads that he has. And he was not that interested in it. And I asked him why, and he said it's because that his dad didn't want to spend any money on a program like that because he didn't feel like it made any sense to spend money on something that he was already doing. And what he was doing is putting all of the customers in an actual physical file. And so he thought, I'll just save, anywhere between $150 and $300 a month. So like, what's the point? And so that mindset and belief made it so he was unwilling to get a CRM. One of the framing things for stage 2 is you need to have a CRM. And so without that, he will not be able to complete stage 2. And the reason why a CRM is so important, yes, it's good to capture leads and keep track of the customers that you have and work you've done for in the past. But it also, if you have a really good CRM, you can market to your customers and your leads because all of them are in one spot. If you want a really good CRM, the one that I use 2. The one that I use to house all of my customers is Jobber, and that's what I suggested for Tanner to use. And if you want to look into Jobber, I have a link in the description below, and you can save up to 3 months off of your subscription. So anyway, this stage 2 has several things in it. So like lead nurturing and several other ones. And if you want to learn more about how well your business is doing in stage 2, then definitely click on that link to take the quiz. So anyways, the whole point of this is we all started in stage 1, and then for some reason we almost always skip over stage 2, maybe because we don't know that it exists, or maybe we feel like it's not that important, or maybe we just don't know that there are certain steps that you need to take in order to get to stage 3. Because we look at stage 3 and see a polished business that's running really well, and we want to just jump over to that. So if you're wanting to grow your business and you need more leads and you need more consistent leads, then take the quiz down below. You need to build this stage 2, because once you do, you're able to capture more leads, nurture them, market to them correctly, and then you're able to make a lot more money here and build your business. Actually build it so that once you turn on the ads and get that going, then all those ads are able to go somewhere. They're able to be nurtured. You're able to sell more, and then you can hire more people. Until you complete stage 2, you'll end up being like me, where I was trying to grow my business, ended up wasting about $75,000 in a year because I was hiring too many people. I was trying all sorts of different types of marketing, and none of them really stuck. And we ended up doing the same revenue as the year prior. Thank you so much for watching. Hopefully this video was helpful for you. And with that said, I'll see you in the next video.